Hello there, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time, welcome. Your voice matters, and I feel like that's such a cliche thing to say, because we hear it often, right? That our voice matters, that our voice is important, that we should speak up. But truly, your voice does matter. There is a frequency, a vibration, an energy behind the way that your expression through your voice comes out. And the way that that is translated and channeled through your frequency, through your vibration, through that energy can be, and even is, healing for people to be on the receiving end of, right? But even for it to play out within your own vessel through your own throat chakra. And so I think we can feel like, oh yeah, my voice matters, yeah. But truthfully, there is a sensation that can be given to others through your voice, through the way that your voice specifically sounds. I mean, think about it, right? Some people's voices, you hear them and you're like, wow, that calmed me. Wow, I really like the way their voice sounds. Wow, that was a great way for them to tell the story. They tell it so good with their voice. I have to listen to this person's voice. I can't listen to that person's voice when I do this meditation. I can't listen to this podcast because this voice over here sounds, you know what I'm saying? That means that their voice matters. Not necessarily that what they're saying matters, right? Depends on the person. Depends on what you value and what you see as important. But the point still remains that your voice matters. Their voice matters. I think a lot of time when we think of our voices mattering, we think of it in a sense of advocacy, right? Your voice matters in activism. Your voice matters in being an advocate for this cause or that thing or that group, right? That community. Your voice matters to society, to speaking up for society. And that is very true in the same way, right? The more people that speak, the more people that know and recognize that their voices matter and they use their voices, the more that our power echoes, right? The vibration of our power, the energy of our power echoes through society. We think it's just, oh, I'm just little old me and my voice doesn't matter, I'm insignificant. But the truth is that nobody is insignificant. You are not insignificant. That's just your belief system, right? Your belief system behind your voice, which has been silenced, right? Your voice has been silenced. A lot of us were silenced in childhood, right? And were you silent or were you silenced? Let's get into it, let that say. But again, a lot of us were silenced. So we think our voices don't matter and we think we're insignificant. But truthfully, it's like a domino effect. The more people that speak out, the more people that speak out. The more people that hold back, the more people that hold back. The more people that think their voices don't matter, the more people that'll think their voices don't matter. The more people that think their voices matter and speak to that, the more people will think that their voices matter and will speak to that. So it's all about what you feed. And it's almost like the butterfly effect. But the butterfly effect. If I didn't speak right now in this moment, it wouldn't give somebody else a chance to believe that they could speak. And if I didn't do this, then in the future, I wouldn't be in the place where I'm gonna be speaking it to others or saying it again, or, in a different position of leadership in my own life, in humanity, within my role, within my purpose. And so there's a stepping stone to everything. And in this video, I want to provide you with the stepping stone. This is your sign, this is your confirmation, this is your affirmation that your voice does matter and it is needed. And I'm not saying that in a way where I want you to just go about saying things, right? And be reckless, because with great power comes responsibility. You have power. Your voice has power, like I was saying, right? There's an energy behind your voice. There's an energy behind what you speak. There is meaning in words, right? So we don't want to just go out there and say things and just do things and be reckless. But we do want to express who we are. And that's what you were given, your God-given, source-given, Jesus-given voice for. To speak, to express, to share, to create. And this is something that I'm still learning myself, because I was silenced. Like so many of us, we were silenced, whether indirectly, directly, or both. What we wanted didn't matter. What we needed didn't matter. How we felt didn't matter. What we thought didn't matter. There was always this role of superiority that we were not part of, that we were not in. There was always this power dynamic where we were lesser. Our voices didn't matter. They weren't affirmed. They weren't encouraged, right? This is adult conversation. No, that's not true. You're being dramatic. You're too sensitive. Why are you so mad? Don't be angry. And so when we're taught to suppress our feelings, we inadvertently suppress our voices, because our feelings are connected to our voices. The reason why I'm speaking right now is because I felt called to speak, to say this, to express this, to be in this moment. So I had to feel it and then take the action first. But I had to establish what it was that I was feeling to even come and say it, right? I had to consider, what do I want to say? Because what am I feeling? I'm feeling passionate. I'm feeling a pull, a magnetism. I'm feeling a call, a drive, a motivation to speak this, to say this. I'm feeling fiery, bold, right? Open. And so it's also about acknowledging our feelings, giving space and expression to those feelings where we haven't been able to do that, where we weren't taught to do that. And so your voice mattering, it's not just about, advocacy for things outside of you, but it's advocacy and for expression of your own self. What you feel, what you think, what you know, what you believe, what you stand for, what you value. And these are things that we need to hear. These are things that need to be put out into the world. Like I said, not recklessly, not just saying stuff and trying to rage bait, but genuinely speaking from the expression of who you are and how you feel, what you value, what you care about. A lot of people are online and they say, a lot of people are just talking these days, and a lot of people just want to talk. And it's like, this is a good thing that we're talking. It's good that people are talking. Now, if you don't agree with what somebody says or what they're speaking about or what they're sharing, that's another thing. That's separate. But just the fact that people are talking, that's a sign that we are moving up and out in some way. Even if you don't like what they're saying, even if you like what they're saying, this is a sign that people are opening up their throat chakras. People are connecting to themselves and their values and their voices and what they care about and their beliefs. So much so that they feel compelled to say it online, to say it to you, to say it to the group, to make a post about it, to say it to their friend, to say it to their partner, their family member. And so it's good that people are speaking. However, it's important to also have discernment, right? Because people do speak recklessly. People do rage bait. People do just say stuff. People aren't always here for the same purpose, mission, direction, and elevation of energy that you are, that I am, that we are. And so there will be people who do weird shit. But that's why discernment comes in. So it's less about people being upset that people are just speaking and more about people having their own sense of discernment, giving attention to what they want to give attention to, focusing on what they want to focus on, and fighting for what they want to fight for, standing for what they want to stand for. If that's a certain value system, belief system, whatever it is. And then also being open to discussion, right? Disagreement, conflict, negative comments, positive comments, love, community, unity. And these are things that I'm opening up to as well. Because the more you speak, that also helps you to find your people. People that resonate with you, people that are like you. Then you stop feeling so insignificant and alone, and now all of a sudden, oh my God, identity shift. Because you always mattered, because you were always significant, because your voice was always potent. And so, part of using your voice and understanding that your voice matters is understanding and learning how to stand up for yourself, right? A lot of us are not used to standing up for ourselves because we are so used to people pleasing and not having boundaries and just taking it and over giving and overextending and over explaining and just doing the most. And it's like, for what? For who? That's ending, by the way. That cycle is coming to a completion, as I've been saying in my videos. But there's a real need to allow ourselves and yourself to embody what it means to honor who you are through your voice, through your expression, through standing up for yourself. And when you speak up for yourself and when you speak your mind, there are pros and cons to that. Everyone's not going to love you. Everyone's not going to agree with you. Everyone's not going to like your truth. Everyone's not going to feel like you're valid. Everyone's not going to approve of you. It's the truth. Family, friends, lovers, partners, exes, past people, people from your hometown, people from high school, whatever it is. People will watch. They may lurk, they may attend, but not everyone's going to have the opinion of you that you think they should have or you prefer them to have. And I'm learning this, and I've learned this as well. It's a practice, and it's a learned embodiment, speaking up for yourself, advocating for yourself, using your voice. But it happens through action. It happens through doing it over and over and over and over. I didn't always stand up for myself or speak as clearly, right? But as I've kept doing it and doing it and doing it, I've realized how to do it, what it looks like for me, what it feels like for me, how to better get into that embodiment of naturally always speaking up and being in my power and my own sense of self-leadership and authority. But I'm also learning what it is I want to say. What do I really value? What's really important for me to speak out into the world, out from myself, out so it can come back to me, right? In the form of people, opportunities, support, love, my own reflections of me through people, through support, through love. And so, you have to find and figure out who you are. And that's through the action of speaking up. When something bothers you, when something's not right, when you pick up on an intuitive nudge, when you know the truth but nobody's saying it, even if that means opposition, backlash, and check out my last video, right? I forget the title, but check out my last video, the video before this one. And it's just like, you may face backlash and opposition, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't speak up. In fact, when you do it, even in that, or knowing that you may face that as a consequence, after that, you become stronger. You rise more. Because you realize, okay, people judge me. Yeah, that hurt my ego. I'm going to have to heal. I'm going to have to self-reflect. I'm going to have to grow. I'm going to have to separate what's mine, what's theirs. I'm going to have to work through those feelings, shadow work. But then after that, it's like, yes, I can keep going. And that's what happened for me. With my family, with my old friends, with old partners. People from my past. They may not like what I have to say, my truth, the reality, my reality. what I feel, what I value, my path, my unconventional perspectives, my mind, they may not understand it. They may not agree with it. But me standing on it helps me to become the person I'm meant to be, to share into the world, to share from myself, to share to myself, to be honest with myself. And so, even amongst the negativity that I've experienced, the hate that I've experienced for being honest, for being me, I've also experienced love, found like-minded community, connected to God, my spirituality, what matters to me. And that feels good, being connected to what matters to me. And that's part of it, right? Figuring out what matters to you. Not just who you are, but what matters to you, what's important to you. And so, you will receive backlash, judgment, criticism, ridicule, but that's shadow work, and that's part of becoming and being who you authentically are. And if you want to live the most potent life you can, it's through going through and growing through that process of taking the action to speak up for yourself each time, even if you're afraid, even if you don't really know, even if you feel like you're taking a leap of faith, even if you feel like everyone in the room is going to turn against you. Just because everyone thinks one thing and you think another, that doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you stand on something. It means you are a glitch in the matrix. It means you're different at the basic level. And that voice, what you feel compelled and called to say in those moments and times, is what you are being guided by Source, by God, to say and express and exist in that moment. Just like me right now. And like I said, likewise, in other words, you'll find people who resonate with honesty, with who you are, your values, your sense of community, your sense of ideology, your sense of belief system, your sense of direction. Yeah, they may not fully understand you or get you or be completely on your side, but they follow that vibe you're giving off through your voice, through what you're saying, through the feelings you're expressing. They feel you. They hear you, but they feel you. You know how you ever had somebody talk to you and you're like, I feel you. Like, I feel that. Yeah. It's not just what you're saying. It's like the tone and the way that you're expressing it and the way that yeah. That's a very real thing you're feeling. It's important to honor yourself through your voice and understand that your voice does matter. It's important, especially now more than ever. You see what's happening in the world. You see what's going on in the news. You see all the poverty and the slave labor and the way that people are treating human beings right before your eyes, the way that we are being pushed up against each other, the way that we are being divided in a sense, the way that the systems that are supposed to be for us and help us and, do better for us, the way that the systems that claim they protect us and are meant for us, and the way that, we give off this vibe of unity and community, but then actually there's a real divisive problem. There's a real division problem. There's a real lack of love problem. There's a real problem with the way that we are treated, right? The opportunities we receive, the type of economy we live in, the type of access to food we have, the scarcity that's perpetuated, the lack that's perpetuated, the harm, the violence that's perpetuated, the negativity, the hate that's perpetuated, the harm, right? There are so many wildfires, so many little fires, wildfires going on right now in this society that are calling for your voice. And it may not be a specific thing. It could be a general thing. It could be, spirituality. It could be self-love, it could be activism, it could be cooking, it could be I don't know, it could be whatever it is for you, whatever you feel called toward, right? It could be what you love to do, your version of art, whatever art is for you that you feel called to do and express through. I need you to let it out. If you need to have a conversation, have a conversation. If you need to say something, say something. If somebody approaches you with the conversation, say what you need to say. If you need to get something off your chest, get it off your chest. If you need to express yourself, express yourself. If you need to get creatively expressive, get creatively expressive. If you have a message, share that message. Don't hide it because you think you're insignificant. Don't hide because you think you don't matter, because you think that all these things that you're overthinking and underthinking. You have an impact. We all do. For better, for worse. For harm or for love. Maybe sometimes both. Nobody's perfect. But the point is, your voice matters. And I need you to know that, because my voice matters. And I'm learning this. And I'm embodying it and stepping into it every single day. And there will be shadow work. There will be ups. There will be downs. There will be conflict. There will be peace. And that's part of life. That's the nature of life. It's many things and yet nothing at all, because we just make the story up. We make the narrative. We make and direct the commentary. So it's whatever you believe. So what do you want to believe? What do you want to feel? What do you want to say? How do you feel about what's going on in the world right now? How do you feel about the truth that's being exposed to humanity, by humanity, through humanity? How do you feel about the lies, the harm, the violence, the love, the division, the excitement? It's like we're rebuilding society, and at the same time, it's breaking down. We go up and then we fall. We go up and then and that's life. It's always going to be like that. But I am here to be part of creating a new paradigm. And if you're watching this, you are or could be part of that as well. But it's all a matter of understanding, owning, accepting, and self-reflecting, seeing, realizing, and honoring that your voice, and honoring your voice, and that it does matter. It's important. Me saying this right now is important. You listening, you watching is important. Things are much more important and significant than we've been taught. Like I said, childhood trauma, shadow work, what we were taught then, the ways that people responded to us then, that sticks with you until you look at it, until you speak up, and then you're triggered by how somebody responded or reacted, and then you have to figure out, oh my God, I have trauma from people judging me when I was I have trauma from when when I said this to that person back there, and then now that happened to me today, then like it involves self-reflection. Be brave enough to self-reflect. Be brave enough to speak. Have courage. And know you're not alone. And I love you. Not because I know you, not because I see you, but because I am a human who believes in the rights, fairness, equality, justice, and better living for humanity, for humans. And I believe, I used to believe, how do you love me? You don't know me. A lot of people say, I love you, love you. But genuinely, it's not this gushy mushy, I know you so much because I love you. It's love is free. I am love. So I may not even completely understand what I mean by I love you, but it's just like my heart is open for you. My heart is available for you. My heart is willing to connect with you. And it is connecting with you if you let it, and if you connect to your own. Thank you so much for watching this video. Definitely go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And I would love to connect with you. Like I said, I would love to hear from you. And just know, your voice matters. Yeah. Also, side note, think about when people sing, right? When they sing, the energy, the frequency, the vibration behind their voice connects you in a certain way. The way the rhyme is, the beat is. So, yeah, what you intake matters. What you distribute matters. So make it count. Make it count. And until next time, I'll see you. Peace.